Hello and welcome to another edition of X-Feed on late Tuesday night. Whether you're watching some sporting event, just hanging around, maybe you're on a different part of the world where it's not the night. Love having you here. Hope you're doing well. What is going on? Not gonna lie. Craziness. Craziness. Every single day. I rewatched the stream, the beginning of it yesterday. Because Walshy, we talked about his breakfast. So I was like, yo, what's going on? Send a message, let him know that we talked about the breakfast on stream. They were like, this is great. And I'm like, phenomenal. But the reconnection with things that you like, the nostalgia, the entertainment value, we're going to go through a lot of very specific topics during tonight's stream. But let's get into it. So MLB, they seem to be doing everything with everyone, right? So we have them doing Pokemon Go this year, which we highlighted on stream, which is just like a Pokemon game that was really big at a point, saying they're partnering with Demon Slayer. These major brands are trying to get people that don't traditionally watch their sport, whatever they're doing, to get connected somehow. How do you connect with an audience? If you have an audience, you have everything. So expect way more of these sort of collabs from major brands. Aaron McDonald on Futureverse for March Madness. 3 silo launches. Excited. Ready versus Alpha for Fluff and Party Bear holders. Again, this is supposed to be a huge metaverse experience, which a whole bunch of different games. Altered State 3D and Meme Machine updates. Universal Basic Framework. Studio. Early access for devs. Think Agent updates. New programs. Partner launches and much more. Excited to see what that is. I thought there was going to be more coming out of ETH Denver. That wasn't the case. We got announcements, but it seemed leading up to it, like the expectation was like, oh yeah, we're probably going to launch the protocol or have some things around there. When it was more of like, hey, here's some cool announcements, some videos, some demos. I was like, all right, cool. But I got tagged so many friggin' times. Times over this for the silo. Thank you. You guys are insane. But Silo Price Oracle, Silo Profiles, Silo Spaces, the beta, I don't know what that is. Was just listening to Max's Down the Rabbit Hole, and he's like, I don't know, is this show going to be on the Silo Spaces in the next few weeks? Maybe. We don't know. We have no idea what that is. So I made this meme off the meme generator that we just talked about from Futureverse. Of course, the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl show, if you've seen it, wow. Think of the timeline. Think of the timeline when that happened. The amount of conversations, people wanted to talk about it, share their opinions. Was it the greatest Super Bowl halftime show ever? Was it the worst? People cared about it, though. Either way. And then, so I saw this from Altered Hub, and it was like an animated version of that. When it's supposed to be like the Cool Cats, but look at this. That's crazy. So if these are the kind of AI tools that we have off of specific brands, I think that's cool. Very excited for it. So Jake Lucky, we highlighted yesterday where the Parallel, the Web3 trading card game, was doing almost like an entire piece with him throughout their championship on the weekend again. Big Esports. Here's another interview, what they have to say.
The real thing is, in actuality, what I was able to do here is I bought my cards online. I played with them. And after a year, I decided I was going to take a break. So I sold all my cards to other players online. That's exactly what they want you to do. So you own the cards, except it's online. So I got all my money back after playing, just like I did with Disney Lorcana. I sold my physical cards in real life to a physical human. And with this game, I sold my online cards to a real human who can now play with them. And that's what you want. You want ownership of your cards. Nothing.
So then so that point is great. But you have the people that argue and say, well, it's artificially scarce. Those teams could just end up printing more online. And you're like, all right, well, there's ways of setting that, so that's not the case. But in theory, if the card game is still in demand, if it doesn't have a fall off, we've seen that. Yeah, that's just the idea. You want to have some freedom. You want to own your digital goods. Because a lot of the video games right now, it's purely renting. Should say almost all of them. All right, so we have another celebrity meme coin rug. Say, I'm not leaving. Let's run this to 5 mil. And then they delete all the tweets and rug the coin, which we've seen repeatedly. I don't understand it. Upbit, one of the massive exchanges. Woohoo! Look at this. Baskets. Baskets offer a simple way to diversify your portfolio. Again, none of this is financial advice at all. We're just highlighting what's going on with Uphold, which is a big crypto exchange. Choose one that best fits your investment preferences. And so there's one that's called the US Crypto Reserve. So that includes Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Sol, and ADA or Cardano. And then the big three is the other option. So Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. And it does make you think. There's a lot of people that push, say, hey, if you're going to get into crypto, get into, like those top of the line coins. But then you look further out, you have questions. Is some of the newer stuff going to be as integral? How much of a head start do all of these different networks have? Crypto was borderline illegal in the US just months ago. And now some people are upset because the government wants to buy too many tokens. Let's just take the win. Kind of hilarious perspective. One of the reasons I love seeing other people's opinions on things. It is weird. There was so much reaction of people saying the crypto strategic reserve should only be Bitcoin. And people were mad as hell when it was other ones. And it's like, guys, it is very, very different than just a few days ago. Yo, M. Dolly, what are we doing? What are we doing? Apparently, we're not gaming. Look at all these posts. Crypto gaming is lacking so heavily in the content department. If you can make anything remotely decent, you have a chance in this industry. In quotes, it's not a Web3 problem. There's just no good games. Meanwhile, Screwjam is making hundreds of millions of dollars. I used to believe in Web3 gaming. I made it my brand on crypto Twitter for 4 years. Feels like waste of time. I don't see Web3 gaming happening anytime soon. I do believe social casino games work, but otherwise, nah, I've been here for a long time. There's a lot of negativity. Yo, JR, what's going on? What's going on, brother? Great time. Dolly rivals soon. Crypto gaming. Again, half of the stuff isn't fun. It's mainly about some kind of passive yield for these games. Some of them are fun, but I would almost challenge you and say, message some random people that you haven't talked to in a while, your mutuals with, your friends with, and be like, hey, come check out this game. How often would they go and actually try out what you're suggesting? If I were to message you right now, how open do you think you'd actually be to try a game that I suggest? If I say, this is going to be a part of an airdrop, this is worth it, right? And I try to sweeten the pot a little bit, dangle that carrot right in front of you, right? Yeah, I'm Tully says 0%. Exactly. So I think we have this big problem where people say, oh, there's not enough people in Web3. I think there's like a decent amount, but it's people aren't open-minded. People were once open-minded, but there's so many things that people just want to feel safe, and where they feel safe is whatever they've been into for a while. They just naturally you've been accustomed to it. It's the same thing that happens to everybody when they join the space, trying to find a home, right? It was JVB 100%. Well, JVB's a rock star, true. I spent a full Bitcoin and 2 MetaHero mint passes. Wow. Just right out of left field, my guy. So, the other day, if you missed it, there was this rumor. Listen, the whaled up mocha guy, that person's engaged in farming like crazy lately. Oh my goodness. So they post out that on this pre-market, there's an OpenSea token. An OpenSea token. That'd be crazy, right? If that were to happen. And of course, complete BS, not the case, but people are speculating. And then you have people on the timeline that are also commenting, well, how many people actually use MetaMask's transfer? So sure, if you just use the wallet to transfer things, do you get this airdrop, or is it only if you've used their swap, which has like a 0.86 fee or something along those lines? Okay, so there was a response from Michael K, who was a part of Wallet Guard, as you can see here, that was acquired by Consensus and or MetaMask. And he was the person that made, I guess, the first statement on it, saying, good morning, projects indicating trading or pre-market trading of a MetaMask token are unaffiliated with Consensus. Yo, Paul and Terps, did I say hello, or did I just ignore you? That's crazy, my guy. There's currently no MetaMask token. There's currently no MetaMask token. Currently. These advertisements and promotions are for speculative platforms unrelated to consensus and without our involvement or endorsement. And the person that made the tweet deleted it. Now, I would highlight, and I think we have it on stream earlier this year, where Mr. Michael K.eth, make .eth great again. Actually, please buy my Gilded Guardians .eth names. Please, somebody let me know. Good price. Great price. Great price. He's talked, like, basically kind of did like the nudge, wink, wink. Here's $10. Yeah, we're doing a token type of deal. I'm just saying, that's my perspective on it. Justin, UFC CEO Dana White's power slap. You seen that one where people just slap the hell out of each other? What are we doing? Signed sponsorship deal with the blockchain network VeChain. When did VeChain change its logoing? Was this not supposed to be like Walmart? That was the narrative. People are like, listen, supply shipping, Walmart's going to be using VeChain. I mean, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Y'all's coming in clutch. Nah, it's crazy. And apparently there's been a decent amount of crypto sponsorships regarding things around Dana, UFC, etc. So not crazy, but I haven't seen it. All right, stand up for a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. After 3 years, the SEC has officially closed its investigation into Yuga Labs. This is a huge win for NFTs and all creators pushing our ecosystem forward. NFTs are not securities. So back to the comment earlier about, crypto was like illegal a month ago. And now we're mad that like Cardano's on this reserve that they're going to buy and it doesn't matter because it's somebody else buying. It's not even you. Fish. True. You got a MetaMask card a month ago in the hopes of a token generating event. You got one of those like metal credit cards. It's crazy. Imagine Terps with a credit card. God, max it out immediately. Time as well. So again, massive. We've seen pretty much every single investigation from the SEC getting dropped. We had so many conversations around the stigma around crypto. And again, if you listen to the RWA Segments podcast, it's down in the YouTube description below or in my bio on X. We got a new episode today talking about a guy who tried to get a mortgage from a bank back in the day. And they were like, yeah, nah. And he's like, no, listen. And he prints off all of his crypto holdings and says, listen, this is all the money I have. And they're like, nah. And he's like, nah, this is crazy. So he absolutely crashes the hell out. And then he makes a new like platform, online, decentralized lending, borrowing. We go over everything. Unbelievable episode. Again, check the description below for that. For PWN, for like Pwn, it's like pwn.xyz. You just listen to the episode, you see what I'm talking about. Will you drop another token? Seems probably likely. Does companion airdrops do anything anymore, or can you only get away with doing a token? That's my question for you. Gordon Goner, BYC founder, saying, huge win, not just for us, but for all NFT companies, builders, and artists in America. Let's effing go. A lot of questions about did teams kind of hold off, saying, whoa, Nelly. You know what I mean? You're riding a horse and you're like, whoa, Nelly. We gotta maybe slow down before we try to like jump over one of those like horse hoops. You ever seen when they're on like that track and they do it for dogs too? Right? And they jump over the obstacles and then for some reason people pay money for that? Unbelievable. But they're like, whoa, we can't do it just yet. So does this open the door? Yeah, we're saying, does that mean that a token is going to be coming from these players? What's going to be the next happening? Next occurrence? Current sounds better than happening, I believe. Snoop Dogg has abandoned Spotify after a dispute. Okay. Again, I don't know why X keeps saying that I'm not following these people. I am. Unbelievable. And has turned his sights to a Web3 platform, Tune.fm. Tune is a decentralized alternative. The usual streaming platforms, which offers ongoing real-time micropayments as a differentiator, paid its Jam token. I think we went over this forever ago. So the question with this is, didn't Snoop Dogg launch a bunch of stuff in the NFT space? And it's like, I mean, maybe not going anywhere or hasn't gone anywhere is like the incorrect terminology to use. But it feels like he used his name, sold a whole bunch of stuff, and then it's like, all right, it's cool that you're still in Web3, but like, you get You gonna highlight, show some love for these other things, or is it just like selling out the licensing for your name, which again people want, right? When these collections are talking about acquiring IP, this is the kind of thing. Hey, can I use Snoop Dogg's IP? Because we're still talking about it. You know, if I bought one of his avatars, maybe I'm like, I hate this guy. If I don't still play Sandbox, or I love it, and comes back huge. If Web3's cool again, how does all of this end up changing? What's for dinner? Yo, we do like ground beef, and then I don't know if you know like the Tostito Scoops things. I do those, and then we also went to Tim Hortons. And we picked up a couple of those Timbits. Yo, 80 calories per Timbit. Nah, that's expensive. And then I went to a gas station, right? I tweeted about it earlier. 2 Gatorades, just under $10 Canadian. It's like $4.20. Like $4.20 for a Gatorade. Nah, it's crazy. The last 2 days are among the stupidest I've ever experienced in crypto, which is saying a lot. Can you imagine trying to explain this to anybody that's like recently got into the space and been like, okay, so that's cool that you're here. I know the market's been all over the place. I know you probably had some, expectations of what's going to go on. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Wonderland, but we're kind of riding the roller coaster here, but in real time. Because it genuinely has been crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But is it because of leveraged players? Maybe. Just in a Billy. Not 1.4, but a Billy. Yo, Fire Badger, GM from the PM. Drew. What's going on? Legend. This is almost as much as that exchange hack, by the way. But that amount was liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 24 hours. So is this all kind of like a wishy-washy? The exchange is making an absolute bag and a half. Remember the Bybit didn't even flinch. They lost $1.4 billion to a hack, and we're like, yeah, we're cool. We're ordering DoorDash for the entire office a little bit later. Just go buy one of those like bouncy castles, and it's fine. You can pay the 1-day fee. They don't care. They're making so much off of this stuff. Like, I mean, listen, $1 billion in 24 hours. These exchanges are absolutely cooking. Just bought a bag of chips with my MetaMask card. Guy at the register has no idea. I paid with USDC lol. Did they compliment your card though? Because it does look cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like, or when you've bought a gift card at Christmas or something, and there's like 4 options, but you like actually kind of care about, I want to buy the design that I like the best, even though it's the same $25 on whatever card that I put on, but you like the design, right? We get to choose what we like. Unbelievable. Sunday, Bitcoin at its first $10,000 plus candle. Monday, like immediately after its first negative 10,000 candle. Again, try to explain this to somebody new. Well, good luck. Justin, Solana surpasses all blockchains in monthly DEX volume, decentralized exchange volume, for the 5th consecutive month. Solana's cooking. Meebits, again, they are now not a part of Yuga, based off the announcement the other day. We are excited to announce the winners of our first Meebits art contest. First place, CB Singh takes home 1,000 ape. I'll say it. What's going on? So they're not Yuga anymore, but we're doing things around ape. So, are the people that acquired Meebits people that have accumulated a whole bunch of ape? Did Yuga give ape token as part of this transfer? Again, I don't it's cool that they're no longer like a thing, but guilty by association. Curious what else comes of that. Super rare. Have you guys looked? This is art. This is fine art on the blockchain. Super rare was built for the long game. Now remember, Good Vibes Club. That's one of the new mints. You're gonna see so much of that on the timeline. There's, I've seen that more than anything else recently, and I think it's got the attention. We'll see how they do, but they are officially partnered with Super Rare, and this is a major, major, major platform. This year, we're doubling down with even tighter curation-focused features and an unrelenting focus on connecting visionary artists with collectors. We're redesigning our platform to showcase new exhibition formats, enhanced collection pages, and immersive storytelling. We're also designing an improved, streamlined version of the Rare token staking to enhance holder participation in Super Rare's ecosystem growth. We're expanding the network of platforms integrating Rare, starting with a partnership with Transient Labs and their suite of creator and collector tooling. Super Rare has always been an on-chain and online, but this spring we're going offline in a big way. We're building the world's best private sales team to connect qualified collectors with the world's most talented digital artists. We'll offer personalized recommendations, facilitate exclusive sales, and provide expert guidance to help collectors navigate both acquisitions and sales. That's not about you, by the way. They're talking about like upper echelon, like rich people that are spending oodles of money that probably make $1 bajillion a day. And it's just funny to think about, like, this is made for the richest people in the world. When you like sit there and like just reflect on a second, you're like, damn, okay. These guys are trying to do something for like the ultra wealthy. And we're just like, damn. Do we need to buy Rare? Does that mean these mega whales are going to buy Rare? It's coin number 590. 40 mil market cap. I should have asked ahead of time. I should have said, what do you think? What do you think the market cap is for Super Rare? I would have said probably under 100 mil. I don't know if I would have guessed 40. It's also 40 fully diluted, 11,000 holders, total supply of 1 billion. The more you know, the more you know. Also, we are live over on Abstract. Phenomenal. They also can hide your wallet balance, so now you can no longer see my $4. Phenomenal. Okay, so Good Vibes Club. We talked about this a second ago. Here is the info regarding it. Good Vibes Club is minting on Tuesday, March 11th, which is next week. After more than 3 years in the making, we're so stoked to open the gates of Vibe Town for everyone. Right off the rip, when you hear teams talk about how long they're in its space, is it a bullish thing, or do you think it's like, Again, Futureverse, say they've been building for like 8 years. Good Vibes Club's 3 years. Where are they getting the funding for this? These are all the questions. Are they doing it just because they're that passionate? I think it's going to be huge. So the collection size, 6,969. The price is 0.069 for the pre-sale. They have a vibe list, and then they are doing a public auction with the minimum bid at 0.069, and then the maximum bid 0.15. 5 bids per wallet. After the auction, winners will have 24 hours to claim their NFTs. Bids not selected for mint will have 24 hours to claim refunds. And then they're going to allow secondary trading. So they've done this thing where they've done a lot of honoraries. And this was something that, I don't know if it was made famous by Bored Ape Yacht Club. At least it felt like they were the first people that did it in my timeline. But as an example, Gremplin, the artist behind a couple of different collections. Yo, RDL, what's going on? I don't know if you saw the other day, we looked at your 3D ape on stream. Yo, that's fire. Yo, that's fire. But Gremplin, big artist around Cryptodes and other collections. They were also a part of the, oh my God, why am I forgetting? It's like the Moonbirds. It was associated with Proof. And they were like bugs and they looked weird. But they were like full body pixelated bugs. Even though I wouldn't even call it a bug. You guys know what I'm talking about? Gremplin was the artist for it. I don't know why I can't remember the damn name of it. And then I think you could burn them for something. Yo, you saw that? Hell yeah. What was the collection? That's going to piss me off. Anyway, so Gremplin is a really big artist. This is an example of one of the ones that they did. I'm trying to see. These are some of like the other collections. We've seen different like 3D collections of sort come out. Sometimes they've done great, sometimes they've not. It does feel like there is like, we'll call it a movement around it, if you will. There's one of the gold ones. D's, as an example, big crypto personality, done within their style. So we'll see it. This is, I don't know how to react to this. Big news, M Squared is now fully independent. After 3 years evolving Improbable's tech, we're now full-fledged virtual world platform. Oddities. Ball and Terps coming through in the clutch. Thank you. It's called Oddities. I mean, let me just bring this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about, so I'm not crazy. You can see exactly what we're talking about. It's called Moonbird's Odysseys. So it was like these rat creatures. more or less, with different traits and pixels. I think this entire collection was done by Gremplin, or did he have like one of the special ones that was in? I was thinking about those the other day, and those shot. Who stole my money? Nah, it's crazy. Yo, I fleeced you on Keck W's. Nah, it's crazy. Dude, I look at those every day in the wall. Those are crazy. All right, so build and own your own next-gen virtual world. Connect users and assets freely. Launch massive-scale experiences with thousands of concurrent users. BBC, MLB, and Yugo Labs are already using M Squared to shape the future. So, yeah, I mean, this is big, right? Because this was a question that we highlighted the other day of, are these companies getting credit for their own tech? Are they licensing someone else's? And M Squared was working with Improbable, that was working with Yuga, so I don't know what Improbable is. I know the Herman guy was Improbable, but then M Squared, and then he said that he was buying the Artifact yesterday, or at least approach. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. But either way, they're independent. We'll see what comes of that. Betty from Deadfellas. I'm trying to understand what's going on here, because Betty is like bull posting all the time about some tech. I don't know if it's about their card game. I don't know if it's something else. But who wants to host the spaces we use to announce an industry-altering product we've made that all of you can use that is already being integrated in the ecosystems of many of your favorites? So, like, what's going on behind the scenes? If all these people are working together, how has it been such a well-kept secret? I'll be in your DMs all day scheduling interviews and podcasts. Blah, 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 blah. What are these tools? I don't know what it is. We're kind of just guessing. So I made this post earlier, and I was scrolling, and I found this thing about Fox Kids. Ball and Terps, I own 6 Deadfellas and have no idea what it is. Hell yeah. Welcome to Web3. That's what we love. We got the Digimon seasons. We got Metabots, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Power Rangers, Angela Anaconda, Fairly Odd Parents. I'm forgetting what like half of these things in the middle are. That looks like a Kirby. The Dragon Ball Z dude. Yeah. Okay. Ready versus experience? Surely. Yo, have you met my man, Rodney Mullins? True. But I was like, listen, these are a whole bunch of dead IPs. Or not all of them, but there's a couple of them that just aren't relevant. What are the opportunities here when people have this tech and they just need an audience? So I'm like, I just throw this tweet, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? I haven't tweeted in a little bit. Let me come up with the tweet. So I'm sitting there, I'm writing this out. Someone's going to figure out how to monetize our nostalgia properly. I mean, listen, depending on the nostalgia, we got cash. Entertainment. So that's number one, right? Give us the entertainment, the TV shows, movies, whatever it is. Virtual experiences. We love video games. There was a huge argument around video games and movies, or video games about movies, off of movies, are kind of 50-50. You ever play Avatar on Xbox 360? It's like 50-50, kind of a short game. Some games are great. I remember early Lord of the Rings on the Xbox. Phenomenal. But digital collectibles, this is a new thing, right? Well, not completely new thing, but you're able to trade them. You're able to monetize beyond just giving somebody like a free code for a site that doesn't go anywhere. These people can trade it. You can earn something off of it. Why wouldn't these companies want to do it? Does VFriends count as nostalgia yet? Hoonsy, listen, if I told you we got a VFriends post coming up, would you believe me? Hoonsy's on fire today. So VV Official, and this is from No Credit saying, did a great job of this in 2021. I spent around $20,000 on a nostalgia collection. Bravo. That is holy, what a whale. And held a Mickey Mouse that cost me $50 and touched $10,000 briefly. God, man, make it. When are we gonna have some good NFTs again? Like, I want a Mickey Mouse that I paid $50 for that went to $10,000. What are they doing? But like most, they were allergic to bear bites and went to zero. And I held and I sold. So my reaction to reading that, I was like, all right. So it feels like when you look at all the spaces, and this is like including NBA Top Shot, VV. I try to think of like who else. I mean, almost any of the sports ones, like NFL All Day, Candy Digital with MLB, list kind of goes on, where it feels like there's too much of a focus on the digital collectible, where there's like nothing else almost attached to it. So we have the entertainment, virtual experiences, and digital collectibles, but again, everybody's on 3. So I asked, do you find the VV entertainment or the virtual experiences on par with their digital collectibles? And I didn't even know this. Do you guys know this? The VV verse. This is good that we went to the Schillerverse instead of like just my name. Everything's going verse. So the VV-verse is our metaverse attempt, basically a blank canvas 3D scene builder that creative people can utilize and uncreative people can visit. Uncreative. Imagine being called uncreative. Oh, I'd crash out. It only launched this week and I haven't played with it yet, so I can't comment, but I'm about to celebrate my 4th year of being a VV holder, and the best they've been able to do with the literal hundreds of millions of dollars they've generated is not an experience on par with their collectibles. And this is a theme across friggin' everything. How do we make this better? How do we make this better? And so I was like, what the hell do these look like? And so this is an example of what the VV-verse is. So it's kind of got the Fortnite type theme. You wouldn't say that that's on par with like Grand Theft Auto visual wise. It's definitely more of like a not super hyper realistic world, right? If we're trying to use it to compare it in some kind of fashion that most people will be familiar with. But it's like, okay, cool. So we can show off these things, but how can we do it where it matters, where people care about it, when you look forward to something, right? So we go back to the post, and there was a good comment here from Obsidian. It was the first one here. Just imagine that Saturday morning feeling again when the experience is worth waiting for. We have all these expectations, whether you go for food, whether you go sit down and watch a movie, and it feels like a lot of them just don't ever meet expectations nowadays. But if you can have something you genuinely wake up every single day and look forward to, not, setting an alarm, going through work, doing whatever you do. Maybe you're excited to make a meal. All right, cool. But some you're genuinely excited to do. Some of you might have that, some of you might not. But that's what we're going for, and I think when people figure that out, oh, baby. Chasing nostalgia is like chasing the magic dragon. Puff the magic dragon. Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian. I'm officially now one of the people trying to buy TikTok US and bring it on chain. What? What does that mean? What does that do? Does that single-handedly fix the stigma around Web3 if that were to happen? I'm trying to understand in what world that would happen. If you're going out there and you're saying, we're going to do that, I mean, that's insane. Now, obviously, they have to win the bid. That doesn't mean that they're going to get it by any means. But it is kind of funny. So there's a few more things that I need to bring up here. Because it's like sort of related, a little bit off. And there's a few things. And of course, we got the Hoonsie over there. Oh, did you guys see that Apple? Tim Cook's like, oh, guys, we got another like event going on. It's going to be an announcement. They announced the newest iPad Air. So we have just the same stuff over and over again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. So breaking the NBA handle is hacked. Don't buy. This is from AutoSuwon. So I want to know, you see the line right on the top there? Oh, I gotta bring it back here. You see that line right at the top where you can like just see above? So I posted that NBA thing, right? I'm scrolling down here. You see that line? I'm gonna have to bring that down a little bit. See that line right there? Yeah. I think they stole the screenshot. Nah, it's crazy. People are stealing tweets. What are we doing? Unbelievable. Nintendo 64 Sears ad from 2000. What do you guys think of the nostalgia of the Nintendo 64? You gonna get a D-Gen 1? Yeah, what the hell is D-Gen 1? Am I a fist? Am I supposed to know what that is? Yo, that's awkward. If I'm supposed to know what that is and I just said that, that's canceled. That's canceled material. ETH phone. Dude, I bought the Solana phone and I don't even really use Solana. That's awkward. Sagar, gaming and streaming are two of the fastest growing sectors in entertainment. All right, so gaming and streaming. We'll get down to gaming soon, but we do stream. Very nice. There's no reason why crypto gaming and streaming shouldn't be part of that group, so I'll make sure that happens through Abstract Stream. So again, we're streaming over on Abstract. Curious what it looks like. I don't think a lot of people go and check out like the Abstract streaming apart from those farming XP right now, which goes back to what we said earlier of like, yo, if I said go try this thing out, what's the likelihood of you going to do it? What's going to make you wake up and be like, yo, I look forward and I want to go do whatever this is? That is the question. An idea for paid plans. This is for the ChatGPT users. Look at this. Look at what are we doing? This is one of the most ridiculous things with AI. But anyway, so your $20 plus subscription converts to credits you can use across features like deep research, ChatGPT 4.5, Sora, etc. No fixed limits per feature, and you can choose what you want. If you run out of credits, you can buy more. What do you think? And then everybody basically cooks the hell out of this, right? People are like, no, we don't want credits. And for AI tooling that I've tried or used, a lot of it is credits. And it does have this negative connotation to it where you're like, maybe I shouldn't use that. But then maybe after a year, you're like, oh, wow, I didn't use half of these credits. And it was like, well, that was stupid. So I don't know. I kind of like the unlimited. That's my take on it. But Hoonzy brought up VFriends earlier. Is it nostalgic yet? So the cards are absolutely mooning. Of course, I sold. You're welcome. And then we got the VFriends NFTs themselves. Someone swept 24. 24 VFriends. Holy suffering. Succotash for around 85 ETH, bringing the floor up to 2.17. Ay. And this is where it goes back to the comparison game of saying, all right, so VFriends are at this, Doodles are at like 3. We have Bored Apes upwards of like 14, Pudgy Penguins around 10, Lil Pudgies at like an ETH. All these collections are all over the place. And the question is this trying to imply that people are just excited about Gary Vee? Is there going to be more drops for these things because they focus really on trying to have something for each individual one, which I don't know how sustainable that is long term. The comparison game for Izuki. They just had the collection, the coin drop. Like, I don't know what to think. Anyway, you guys are crazy, and that's it for this edition of XFeed. Mr. Hoonzy, Mr. Rodney Mullins, Ballin' Terps, what a fish, RDL, good to see you. JR, what a legend. M. Tolly, what the hell are you doing? And yeah, I think that was it for the chat. You guys are great. Oh, Fire Badger. Y'all can't forget Fire Badger. True. And if there's anybody on Abstract, but I don't. Yeah, nobody says anything on Abstract. They'll donate a cent, but nobody talks on there. Unbelievable. M. Dolly, what? You know, you're going to go play TF? Y'all, a little bit of Twisted Fate? Unbelievable. All right, goodbye forever. Enjoy your afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it be. See you tomorrow. Peace.